The Impossible Elevator, a journey to the heart of the world. Ever stood on a sandy beach, shovel in hand, just digging? You dig, pile up wet sand, thinking to yourself, if I never stop, could I dig all the way through and pop out on the other side? A classic childhood dream, digging to China, we call it. But you'd likely pop out in the middle of the ocean. Strange thing, we're advanced. Humans walked on the moon, sent robots to Mars, photographed black holes light years away, yet we barely scratched our own planet's surface. Deepest human-dug hole? Kola Superdeep Borehole in Russia. Took 20 years to drill just 12 kilometers down. Sounds deep? It's deeper than the ocean's deepest part. Compared to Earth, that hole is nothing. If Earth was an apple, it barely pierced the skin. We stopped. Machines couldn't survive the extreme heat. Today, we'll do what no human or drill has done. Leaving real-world physics behind for a moment. Imagine a special vehicle, the Terra elevator. Made of imaginarium, cannot melt, cannot be crushed. With windows to see into the dark. Step inside, close heavy doors, press center button. Going down 6,371 kilometers. Hold on tight, moving down. At first, it looks familiar, passing soil, tree roots, mole, and worm burrows. Quickly, life disappears. We are now in bedrock. This first layer is called the crust. Everything you've seen, mountains, oceans, cities, forests, all sits on this thin, rocky shell. Past 1 kilometer mark, look at the shaft walls. Solid rock, mostly granite, forms the walls. Under the ocean, crust is thinner, dark basalt. But here under land, the crust is thick. Feels solid? Crust isn't one solid piece like an eggshell. It's cracked into massive tectonic plate puzzle pieces. Plates constantly moving, crashing slowly, pushing up mountains like Himalayas or ripping apart for canyons. Passing 12 kilometers, beyond that Russian hole. From here, uncharted territory awaits. Rock outside reaches 300 degrees Celsius, hot enough to bake a pizza in seconds. Suddenly, at 35 kilometers deep, elevator shutters. Rock outside changes completely. We hit an invisible boundary. Scientists call this the Mohab discontinuity. It's the border between the crust and what lies beneath. Goodbye surface. Entering the monster. Doors don't open, but view changes. We've entered the mantle. Thickest layer, the mantle. 84% of Earth's volume. If Earth's a giant house, crust is roof shingles. Mantle is the entire rest of the building. Look out. Expect liquid fire, boiling lava? Biggest geology myth. Mantle is not liquid, it's rock. Green-tinted rock, rich in magnesium and iron. Mind-bending, solid rock, yet it flows. Imagine silly putty. Hit it, feels hard. Leave it for a week, it slowly melts into a puddle. That's viscosity. High viscosity, very slow flow. Rock under immense pressure and heat, 1,000 degrees Celsius. Over millions of years, it churns like thick soup. Hot rock rises, cools near crust, sinks. These are convection currents. Remember tectonic plates? They're surfing on this slow-moving rocky ocean. Elevator speeds up, dropping hundreds of kilometers per minute. Pressure unimaginable. Without magic, we'd be crushed. Weight of rock above squeezes atoms together. Seeing diamonds form. Deep in mantle, carbon atoms squeezed hard, lock into perfect crystals. Every diamond on a ring, born here, in the dark, brought to surface by explosive eruptions, acting like high-speed elevators. Falling for a long time, now 2,000 kilometers down. Temperature soars to 3,700 degrees Celsius. Rock getting denser, darker, hotter. Abruptly, mantle bottom, the rock ends. Splash, not water, but liquid metal. Entered the outer core. Sea of iron and nickel, frantic, swirling liquid. Temperature 4,000 to 5,000 degrees Celsius. Chaotic, violent ocean of metal. Listen to the roar. Not silent here. Liquid iron moves fast, churning in turbulent currents, spinning faster due to Earth's rotation. This movement is Earth's most important thing now. Why? Electricity and magnetism are best friends. Moving conductive metal creates an electrical current. Electrical current creates a giant magnetic field. First power word, magnetosphere. Without the outer core, you wouldn't be alive. Sun shoots dangerous radiation, solar wind. Direct hit, stripped atmosphere, Earth becomes dead desert like Mars. Magnetic field from liquid iron core shoots into space, acts like a force field, deflects radiation. Floating through hellish liquid metal, remember, this shield protects birds, trees, and you. Sinking deeper, pressure is terrifying, millions of times sea level atmospheric pressure. Liquid iron gets thicker, heavier, approaching 5,000 kilometers, temperature like the sun's surface. And then, clunk, hits something solid again, elevator halts. Final frontier, the inner core. Open shades carefully. What do you see? Giant, glowing, white-hot iron ball, a solid sphere, 70% size of the moon, spinning in planet center. But wait, a paradox, a puzzle appears. Temperature over 5,400 degrees Celsius, well above iron's melting point. Outer core was liquid iron. Why is inner core solid? Why hasn't it melted? Physics of pressure explains. Melting heat makes atoms vibrate, breaking bonds, flow freely. But here, at Earth's center, entire planet's weight pushes down. Pressure, 3.6 million atmospheres. Imagine a stack of elephants on your thumb. That pressure. So intense, it jams iron atoms, screaming with heat, wanting to move, locked in pressure's prison, forced to stay solid. Recent 2024 studies, inner core not just smooth iron, textured with a soft inner core spinning differently. Different speed than rest of planet, world within a world. Absolute center. Gravity here is strange. Earth's mass pulls us equally from every direction. Above, below, sides. Step out, you'd float. Zero gravity in the inferno center. Press return. Escape before Imaginarium's shields fail. Shoot up through solid iron, liquid outer core, punch through the thin crust. Whoosh, back on the beach. Sun shining, sand cool. Final mystery, the twist. Deepest hole ever dug was only 12 kilometers. Traveled 6,000 kilometers. Never been there, no cameras. How do I know the outer core is liquid, inner core solid? Not eyes. We used earthquakes. Third power word, seismology. Earthquake rings Earth like a giant bell, sends shock waves, seismic waves through the planet. Two main waves, P waves and S waves. P waves fast, travel through solids, liquids, gases. S waves are different, only travel through solids. Hit liquid, they stop dead. Scientists put listening devices globally. Earthquake on one side, listened for waves on the other. P waves arrived, but S waves didn't. They disappeared. A shadow zone created. Proved liquid inside blocking S waves. Discovered outer core. Measured how fast waves traveled, calculated density, temperature of layers, no digging. We gave Earth a CT scan. Next time walking, playing soccer, or lying on grass, remember what's beneath you, not just dirt. Standing on thin, rocky puzzle piece, floating on slow mantle ocean, swirling around violent liquid metal, creates invisible shield, wrapping solid iron crystal heart, as hot as a star's surface. Earth, not just rock, it's a hot, dynamic, magnetic engine, running for 4.5 billion years. Most amazing part? Figured it out by listening to ground shake. Thanks for joining my descent. Earth stopped spinning next? Story for another day. Thanks for watching Explica Simple.